Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, CeeChronicles here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I post fragrance related content and would very much appreciate you joining the family by subscribing. Now, if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate the support. Now, welcome to coconut note fragrances, and I'm going to explain to what extent the coconut is, doing what in each fragrance. I thought to group these fragrances because in most cases in the comment section, I do get requests for particular notes where some of you want to know what is doing what in a fragrance. So all these are going to be coconut scented, but they're going to interpret differently to the nose. The very first one is going to be Qaida al-Fisan, and this is from the house of Latafa, comprised of coconut, pineapple, citruses, ylang, some frangipani there. So this is going to be a coconut mixing with the yellow florals. If you know ylang can interpret as creamy and buttery, that sort of thing, even banana-y, and then the frangipani also anchors that. The coconut in here is very prominent, guys. I love this fragrance. It's actually almost finished. I think you could see from the way I was spraying it there that it's just giving like, a little bit of a few drops off, but I still have just a little bit left, enough there for me to do a review for you. This is going to appeal to somebody who really wants their coconut to interpret in a very creamy style, even dessert-like feeling, as though it's going to hit your chest there. Say you ordered a dessert that is comprised of maybe a creamy coconut ice cream, that sort of thing, or you had a very creamy sweet cake with the frosting that's made of coconut. This is how the coconut interprets here, very much on the slap in the face there, to an extent that I'm going to say good luck on then smelling the other notes like the pineapple, but you will get the frangipani, of course, and the vanilla. But there is jasmine as well, and that jasmine is kind of like lost in translation. Sandalwood you will be able to get if you do due diligence in terms of sniffing this one. So this is going to appeal to somebody who wants a no-nonsense coconut style of a fragrance, to an extent that if you don't like coconut or lactonic fragrances, I'd say maybe you ought to test this before you add it to your collection. It's the first one on the lineup, Qaida al-Fisan, the unlimited edition. Second one on the lineup is Montaine Vanilla, drawing its inspiration from Mancera's Coco Vanilla, right? So this one is built around that coconut and the vanilla, and the coconut speaking the most here, actually giving a gourmand weight to this fragrance. The coconut shares the same limelight, I'm going to say, with the vanilla. That is what you're going to get. Coconut and the yellow florals to anchor that coconut. Sandalwood as well, they're coming across as creamy. It does have the musk, and of course, as I said, it does have the vanilla, so it becomes a gourmand style of a fragrance. This compared to this is not as coconutty as this, but this has gone around as also drawing its inspiration from that Mancera's Coco Vanilla. But I find that this one is very creamy as opposed to this. But say for instance you wanted to know which one to purchase, it's probably redundant to own both. This gives me a more coconut forward style of a fragrance, cream, dessert like, yummy, and this one gives me the same but more of the coconut sharing there with the vanilla. So it's Montaine Coco from the house of Maison Alhambra, the second one on the line. Third on the lineup is from the house of Paris Corner, guys, and this one is Kahila Platinum. This is not a new fragrance by any means, shape or form. I think this one is about 2 years old, but it does have that coconut note included in it. It's a gender neutral style of a fragrance, drawing its inspiration from that Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Beau. I say it's gender neutral because of the coconut weight that is in this fragrance. It does have, of course, tonka and some bergamot there, so it will have the citruses as well as the depth of the tonka, but there is a wrap up of a coconut here that kind of gives it like a underlying creaminess. This I would not say for instance you're looking for creamy fragrances, run and buy this. It gives you a creamy nuance off than having that coconut in its distinct prominence. So if you are looking for something that's going to give you wafts of a coconut, the coconut aligning mostly with like a delicious bubblegum feel, then this is going to do it for you. It is marketed or drawing its inspiration from that Le Beau, which is a masculine toned fragrance, but having owned this in my collection, is one that I can carry easily, so I'm going to put this at gender neutral. So this is not going to give you the coconut in the style that you get from here, where it's creamy, sometimes even buttery, but you are going to get wafts of the coconut, right? So this This is Kahila Platinum from the House of Paris Corner. The next one is going to be this one. This I introduced to you maybe 2 weeks ago, or to make sure that I'm accurate, let me say this month. Maison Asra is of the company Gulf Orchid. This one is called Heritage Royal Collection. This one is built around the citruses, the florals, the fruits, the coconut, the musk. Okay, it is the coconut actually that made me say this was the best of the lot. The coconut is almost like that, almost prominent but not too pushy, almost but not too pushy. What you're going to get in here is a sweet note where there is that addition of something that feels like candy within the coconut. This would be a dessert that you could possibly finish because it's there, it's got the coconut wafts but without making it pushy. However, you are going to know that this is a wrap up of a creamy fragrance. So yes, it does qualify as a coconut forward fragrance, a fragrance that I'll certainly recommend to anybody who's looking for that creamy style of a fragrance with that coconut there. It is a Heritage Royal Collection of the Maison Asra collection of Gulf Orchid, and I believe the Maison Asra is the creme de la creme from Gulf Orchid. Now the next one is going to be a weird one when it comes to, say, you wanting a coconut style, the way most of us prefer our coconut to smell, right? This is Zanzibar, has the coconut note there, but the coconut note is the coconut water. Okay, and coconut water can come across sometimes as sour, not necessarily as creamy. And to top it off, when it comes to Zanzibar, you are to expect a salty note in here, a marine note, violets in here, lavender, black pepper, that sort of thing. So it becomes an aromatic tone of a fragrance, and this would be one I would say maybe taste first, because in as much as it has the vanilla, the coconut water, the lavender, the aromatic nature of it and stuff like that, because of that salty note, leans very much close to the interpretation of that Zanzibar, like the body of water. So you might find yourself thinking, where is the coconut per se? Because it is coconut water, it's not actually the creamy part of the coconut. And coconut water, as I said, can interpret as sour. So it's going to depend on how your nose detects this, whether you're able to get more of the vanilla, then it's not going to come across as sour. But if you're not able to get more of the vanilla and instead extract more of the salt and that coconut water, it's going to be like a sour tone style of a fragrance with an aromatic finish to it. It's Zanzibar, guys, incorporating that coconut note, but of course the water instead of the actual nut itself. It's the sixth one on the lineup. Seventh on the lineup, guys, is from the House of Fragrance World, and this one is Pink Fame. I quit talking about this fragrance a lot because most of you were saying, oh, we can't get it. So, you know, sometimes when you bring fragrances here, I prefer to bring fragrances that you guys will be able to get your hands on. This one draws its inspiration from that Alien Goddess, and Alien Goddess, guys, is a fragrance that a lot of you guys wanted to get your hands on. It's built around the coconut water, vanilla, cashmere, some citruses and the florals there. Let me just spray it on the paper again. It also has creamy florals, this particular fragrance, and it also has a powdery vanilla. Now this is a coconut that is not on the in your face creamy style of coconut. It's a coconut that you have to kind of sift through or dig through for you to enjoy. You will be able to detect that there is coconut, but it kind of interprets as between coconut water and the actual coconut itself, in the sense that I wouldn't say best creamy fragrance, and I draw this one because it may be a fragrance that people will come back to me and say, I'm not getting the creaminess, I'm getting more of the florals. So it is like a perfect balance of both the florals as well as that coconut without it being pushy. This is a guarded creamy style of a fragrance where if you're looking for an outright coconut style fragrance, this may come across as having wafts of than the actual coconut. So Pink Fame, drawing its inspiration, guys, from Alien. Our lineup is Musabam White Intense. Sometimes I cannot get enough of this fragrance, and sometimes it's just like, okay. This is a white and yellow floral. It does have that coconut note listed, you know, in it. It also has amber, some wood, some ylang, and some sandalwood. So the yellow florals are going to build on the sandalwood as well as the coconut. However, this one is not again, one fragrance that crosses over to give you a very creamy coconut, if you will. It will give you wafts of or nuance of the coconut without it being like the Caid Alpha Sun, where it is very creamy, like lactonic. It's more of a floral with an underlying coconut feel there, and then the sandalwood and the yellow florals again build into that creaminess without it being outright slap in the face creamy like a dessert, if you will. It is more of a floral with a coconut kick than a yummy gourmand, if you know what I mean. So yes, it does have the coconut note, but it's going to appeal to somebody who does not want their coconut very busy there. It is Musamam White Intense from the house of, now the last three are going to be from the house of Keali, and I had to give the house of Keali's flowers in as much as the Keali fragrances, you know, can be on the price side. I did notice that, I'm just gonna, you know, reference the notes here. I did notice that most, or rather the two from this set are coconut scented, but there's another one that's separate that is not from the set, and I think Mona has a thing, you know, for using the coconut note. Okay, I'm going to start with the MUI in a bottle Sweet Banana. All right, so this is Sweet Banana, pear, coconut, cream, jasmine, sandalwood, and vanilla. So does have the use of the coconut. The banana in here comes across as slightly green, so it's not going to give you like a ripened banana. But what happens with this same banana is it works in tandem with that coconut cream. So there's going to be a little bit of a creaminess, but not necessarily from the banana. It's going to be more coming from that coconut. This is certainly giving me yummy vibes, gourmand vibes, that banana mixing with the sandalwood, and the sandalwood also adds a little bit of a milkiness to this to make it a rich, yummy style of a fragrance, summer toned but yummy. Okay, and then that vanilla. So yes, MUI in a bottle Sweet Banana is going to give you a good serving of that coconut. The other one that is in this box is Maldives Ylang Coco, and of course ylang and coconut. Those are like mac and cheese. Ylang will give you again a banana-y feel, which is something that you get in here, but in this case this comes across as more ripened. Okay, so that ylang is going to give you a ripened banana feel. So it is built around rosemary, wild lemon, starfruit, banana blossom, ylang and coconut milk. So this one has the milk. All right, so we are to expect a creamy one, you know, from this. This has got the milk, so it's more creamy than it is like a water coconut. Yummy as well, and of course the sweetness there because of the note pyramid there. Does have wild lemon, but it doesn't make it about that citrus. Okay, just ends up making it about the banana, the ylang, and the coconut milk. So that is what to expect, guys, from Maldives Ylang Coco. And then maybe the best coconut of them all from the house of Keali is going to be Utopia Vanilla Coco. I cannot take anything away from this, guys. The perfect balance of that vanilla, very sweet vanilla, and it makes a perfect balance of a yummy fragrance. If you love coconut in its prominence, you're going to get it from here. Now, do take note that coconut as a note in itself, depending on how it's used and what weather you wear it in, may be a little bit nauseating. So you've got to know what coconut you're after. This is why I did the coconut note fragrances. You have to know which coconut you're looking for. Are you looking for the super yummy gourmand style of a coconut, or you're just looking for what's off? If you're looking for super yummy, then vanilla cocoa is going to be one of them, and then this one is going to be one of them, and then of course Caid Alpha Sun is going to be one of them. Okay, but then if you're looking for what's of a coconut in your fragrance, then you can try the rest of them. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section, guys, where we discuss more about fragrances. Remember to turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one. And remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.